Everyone? I really haven't talked very much about this, and I would like to know your opinions on it. What do you think about the virus? What are your opinions on what's taking place, the regulations, and all of this? I've heard several things, and I've saw in official tweets. I have seen the fact that they are now asking, the government is asking Google, Facebook, and all other tech giant companies to not only work with them, but also turn on the tracking location of all individuals in order to monitor the spread of this disease, they claim. They state that they want to ensure that everyone is complying with the regulations, staying where they need to stay, and complying with this 2 to 3 week, most likely 2 week, I'd say, shutdown that's taking place. And I have no idea I have no idea what's going to happen. Um, if any of you all can help with the financial situation, that would be greatly appreciated. My link is below. My PayPal is below if you'd like to help out in the financial situation that is pending currently. And thanks to this one generous donation, we'll pay. I'm going to use it to pay the electric bill. We're going to use it to pay that. So thank you very much for that. And any other donations to help us out are greatly appreciated in these difficult times. But what are your opinions on this virus and what all's being stated? They're creating new regulations, and several places are also, because so many people are buying up guns and ammo in case of civil unrest, and some people are afraid of government retaliation. See, I understand on both parts. I understand on the leadership not wanting the people to go overboard and start becoming insane and start acting stupid. I understand. I understand both aspects. The leadership does not want people to start acting insane, does not want people to start acting out of rational thinking, acting out of irrational thinking, is what I'm trying to say. They don't want people to start acting insane. And you've got to have certain regulations to restrict that. And then on the other hand, you've got the people worried that the government's going to take it too far, and the elites are going to take it way too far and start implementing complete control, as talked about a long time ago. If you watched the Gary Franchi video, I guess, from the Next New Network that I uploaded earlier. I don't want to get into all of that, but I understand the regulations and some aspects that they're putting in place. I do believe biowarfare is at play. There's so many different theories being spit out, but I don't want to get into the whole panic thing. Everyone panicking, and everyone stating that it's the end, oh, well, yes, I realize the times in which we are living. We are living in the beginning of, I like to think of it as the beginning of eternity rather than the end. It's the end of the beginning. It's the end of the beginning. That's the way I like to look at it. Things might get difficult, but the light is coming. Now, they haven't liked, none of the elites have liked this administration from the very beginning. They've tried everything they could to stop it. And this president did state one thing. He said, I am not implementing FEMA control. I'm not going to send FEMA into areas right now. He said, I'm not going to send militarized control. That's what he said. He stated that 2 hours ago. He said, I am not sending in the military control over areas. Although they are going to, worldwide, basically it's a worldwide shutdown. They are going to use drones and police drones to make sure everyone's complying and staying where they need to stay. We don't want too much control, but then again, you also need enough regulation to make sure that insanity and stupidity does not ensue. Those two things are definitely needed. And we already have over 100 cases of death in the United States, 100 death cases Iran said they expect millions of people to die there. China's had so many deaths that they've already had to just burn bodies, and they've been having that on a daily basis. And India's starting to see deaths. Some countries are already seeing, like over in Europe, they're already seeing, from what I'm hearing, over 15 people are dying every little bit, every few minutes in certain places. I don't know if that's fact, but that's what the BBC News reported earlier. But basically, they have implemented the national disaster. This administration claims he's going to give a stimulus package of $1 trillion and split it up to various individuals. I don't know how that's going to work, but it needs to be to everyone, not just the American workers, because there are people who are on temporary work, there are people who are laid off, there are people who are disabled, like my mama, but they're not on disability because the government wouldn't let them be. We'll see how this cash payment thing goes. But you see a lot of things taking place that does seem to be, I mean, just like Gary Franchi stated, you saw CEOs quitting last year. You saw several individuals who were head of major corporations and companies leaving. People pulling their stock money out, like Jeff Bezos, for example, pulling his stock money out. And then this crisis happens. And whether it's biowarfare, whether it's prophetic, whether it's both, whether it's just something that maybe it will be under control. I don't like to spread fear. And I think the last thing we need right now is people acting chaotic. Now think about this scenario. When you have people acting stupid, you're going to need some control. Otherwise, if you don't show some form of control, the crazies take over. And you don't want that either. And they said there are so many long lines outside of gun shops, gun stores, and guns and ammo and weapons. Guns, ammo, knives, weapons, gas, all kinds of things, and prepper supplies have all been sold out everywhere, and people are waiting in long lines for it. And in some cases, violence took place. And that's what the president said is uncalled for, is violence. People fearing that there's going to be some sort of ultimate takeover, things like that. And they want to be prepared for the worst. I would never want to take another person's life, and I would never do that. It's not worth taking someone's life over food or drinks at all, or supplies. And I would protect my loved ones. Like, don't you mess with my loved ones, but other than that, no. Let's assess the situation and wait and pay attention, because fear does nothing but cause anxiety, then the darkness of depression sets in, and then you're more susceptible to getting sick, and you just don't want that. So let's see what happens, and just pay attention, stay vigilant. I'm not sure what we're going to do during this period of time where nothing's going on, and I don't know what we're going to do. Just that little bit of a payment is not going to suffice for what all needs to be paid from the president's payment, is what I'm getting at. That little president's payment, that's not going to solve everything that needs paying. But every little bit helps, yes. But I mean, from what I'm hearing, Tennessee is going to do it differently. and only families of 4 or 5 will get that, meaning less, you'll get less, and then, yeah, it's just, yeah, anyway, but like I stated, if anyone else can help us out, feel free to do so. And Tammy B, she needs some help as well right now, going through the situation. And Sugar the Stargazer needs help right now. So extend your prayers and any type of contribution you could do to them as well. And myself included. Every every dollar helps. But what do you think, and what do you take out of this situation? From what I'm seeing, Google and Facebook and other companies are discussing helping the federal government track the coronavirus spread. And right now, federal government is in talks with tech groups, to use phone location data to track the coronavirus. That's what they're claiming. They're going to try to use phone location data to track this virus spread. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do this, but I suppose they're tracking the location of everyone, and also the federal government's going to use these Google, Facebook, and other groups to track where everyone's at, their locations, and they're going to do security agency track citizens infected with the virus through geolocation. They want to know exactly where everyone with the virus is at, which that I understand partially, but they're going to figure out where every single person is located and track those with the virus and how quickly it's spreading. What they're doing is also planning on spurring new artificial intelligence or AI tools to fight